I am incredibly stoked.
There's been a lot leading up to this moment here, and there's still so much further to go.
Yucca is the story of 4 friends who come together after some time apart and decide to rob a music festival.
This script is unlike anything I've ever read before. It's fun and light, but with these super dark and heavy undertones just hiding right under the surface.
I haven't been more stoked about this than any other feature I've done, purely because of the script. It was so well written, and I actually ended up reading it 4 times. And not for my own preparation, just for my personal enjoyment as a reader. It was so great.
Character-wise is like, man, it's pretty badass, and like it's an actor's dream. No, I'm beyond excited.
This one in particular, when I first saw the breakdown and everything, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. For me, it was mainly about Summer herself. She's very different from other characters I've played. I was just so excited about her. I was like, she'd be so much fun to play. Also, the storyline itself, I think it's just a very cool concept. Like the idea of these kids working together to pull off something so huge.
It's just a really, really cool punk youth energy that I really dig about it. So I, of course, naturally getting ready for our meeting that we were gonna have with the director, I started creating all these questions. I did research on him, and I was teaching middle school in the morning on Thursday, 3 days before we were supposed to meet him. And Brady called me, and he was like, hey, I don't know how to say this, but our director, my friend Walter, was murdered by his roommate, and we're no longer having the meeting.
That was a rough day. Walt was my college roommate. He was the best man at my wedding. I thought about quitting the project and just leaving it, but I ultimately decided that I needed to do it and dedicate it to my friend.
When Brady asked me to direct the movie, he said that he wanted to keep Walter's original vision of it. So Brady thought it would be best that someone he knew directed it. And I was really honored, especially because I started off as the casting director and I found the cast. So watching this go from words on paper to finding faces that match these characters and watching them come to life, it's gonna be really amazing.
We're creating a really strong story that talks about the bond of 4 really, really great friends who fuck up together, and they support each other and get really frustrated with one another at times, but they care so much about the others that they're just gonna go along with it, and they're not leaving them. I think the fact that it's a story about friendship is really, really cool. I think that's the dream behind it.
It is so important that this is done correctly. And that means having money for set dressing, gas, art direction, wardrobe, and rentals.
Support on this project would mean the world to me. It's my directorial debut, and it's a tribute to a good friend. I can't thank anyone enough who would support this project.